except for one night there was a U-shaped ambush, and it was just chaos. And when you're firing into the dark like that, you really have no idea how many bodies, how many lives you're taking.
You're just watching those tracer shots.
It's just the tracers. It's just prayers and tracers. War is not only just a horrible thing, it's also a racket.
That's right. Well, anyway, honestly, Joe, I don't see what the ladies see in you.
Okay, well... Whoa! Welcome aboard another brand spanking new episode of another Below Deck podcast. My name is Dylan. I'm settled up next to Patrick.
Great permission to come aboard.
And birthday boy. Soon birthday boy. It's so exciting around Los Angeles right now. The weather is homogeneously sunny and hot, and people are killing each other in the streets. Guys, today's episode is brought to you by Magic Mind. Magic Mind is the first sponsor of this show ever. Ever. And I'm so excited to have them back. Magic Mind has a lot of magical properties that we'll get into later, but we should just start the episode off with a little boost.
Tell me a little bit about it, Dylan.
What we got a full spiel to do.
This is delicious.
It's so good.
Ooh, I like when things do different things in my mouth. I don't know what I'm drinking right now, but it's fun. It's tingling. It feels special.
I almost spat that out, not because Magic Mind isn't delicious, but because of what you said.
Dylan, this is crazy. I think I can speak Japanese.
It's so nuts. You can tap into the fucking cosmos and the collective unconscious when you are drinking Magic Mind. But we'll get into it.
I don't want to speak Japanese just because I don't want to get us in trouble.
No, we're not ready to. Yeah.
But I can speak Japanese.
Yeah.
After drinking Magic Mind.
And I can speak Argentinian Spanish. The kind of smoky Spanish with the two L's as a J, that kind of thing. I'm tapped into the dialect of it even. Oh, look, it's baby Ruby.
Oh, what's she want?
Hey, Rubes.
Hey.
Hey, can we break? Hey, can she hear me? Hey, Ruby, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, Ruby, we're making a big announcement right now, and we figured we'd put you on the phone, and then you can see if you're going to join us on our new journey of shows we're going to cover. You want to know the two shows?
I will pay you.
Oh, I was
Here,
watching a show.
put her up against the mic. I can't hear that well.
So the two shows we're going to be doing with you, it's going to be two. We'll pay you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Real Housewives of Orange County.
Because it's a whole season about how Shannon's a drunk, so that'll be
She
fun.
is a drunk.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
So you're in?
Yeah, so...
Oh, I'm in it. Yes.
Okay, so...
Oh, and the second show.
So the second show is, and you don't have to join us, we're doing it anyways, but if you'd like to join us, shaky breath, because this is going back to a partner that abuses you. It's toxic, it's fun.
They talk a lot, they keep you up at night, and they make no sense.
Yeah, it's going to be The Bachelor now. So, Ruby, if you want to watch those two shows, you can watch those two shows. But, so we're for sure getting you for Housewives. And then what is your answer on The Bachelorette?
The Bachelorette, yeah.
I'll do it.
Really? And we'll pay you.
I really will. I haven't watched still since I think Peter Weber. So I'm ready to go.
Whoa.
Okay, this is very exciting news. I'm so happy that you called. Ruby, we're going to send you some Magic Mind. We should let the audience... Rubes, I got to go. I love you very much.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Bye, Rubes.
We should let the audience know that, the return to The Bachelor will be...
Triumphant?
And behind a paywall.
Well, part of it.
Part of it. If you want the whole episode, go to patreon.com/anotherpodcastnetwork. And if you want a little tease, we'll put it on the free feed of Bad TV. Listen, we have a lot of advertising tonight. We've got Magic Mind. We've got others. And so if you don't want to listen to ads of any kind, be they programmatic ads about the Chumash people or Veterans Affairs or any of the fun things that we do, go to patreon.com/Another Podcast Network. Okay, so we have to get into Below Deck. Below Deck is below decking. It's just just below decking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of incompetence.
The thing about this season, though, which bodes well for the future, I think, we need more incompetence. Like I talked about, we need to get the hottest people from the softest rooms, and we need to put them on these boats. This season may be a good omen because I haven't seen a crew this incompetent in some time. And they're not all dumbasses or anything. It's just there are so many Donkey Kong barrels being thrown at these sea rats that, it's making it juicy. It's making it fun and funny. I don't even remember what happened this episode.
That's okay.
I 4 pots.
4 knots. Jeezy Louise. Hey, Dill, as I was taking notes on the episode, and I, of course, once one of us dead names someone, I'm like, okay, I'm going to call Brie Cheese the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
And
dead naming is actually when you call a transgendered person by their male or female
is that
form
what
or
that
name.
means?
Right. So the way that you refer to Caitlin as Bruce, that would be dead naming.
Oh, that's not what I want to do at all. Then.
Right.
Forgive me, I'm old.
Right.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
What we do is just mean.
Right.
There's no real name for it.
Now, was the fact that Brie is a type of cheese, was that part of your inspiration for naming her that?
Yes, Brie with one more vowel at the end is the famous cheese, which is why I refer to her as cheese. She also, I don't know, she gives me cheese energy.
Definitely this episode.
Right? Something that is milk forward and can't do laundry.
Yes.
It's cheese.
I don't remember what happened with this episode either, other than I think Gail might be a sex addict.
One of the best kinds of addiction.
Oh, yeah.
Perilous still. Any kind of addiction is, but...
Oh, yeah. Think about all the other ones. they can kill you.
Yeah. And so can sex addiction. I mean, if you're hopped up and you're trying to go get some, peen or veen, you get into a car accident, kill somebody, but you're not going to overdose on peen or veen.
Yeah, well, you got me thinking, though, Deal. It could lead you to a lot of dark alleys and, holes that you put your Peter through. Who knows who's on the other side of that goddamn wall?
I don't think we should joke about addictions. Shut up. It's the best kind of addiction, okay? I think so.
I thought it was an okay episode. I give it 40 knots.
Okay, so we begin where we last left off, which was the place where you're talking about right now.
Oh, me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So anyway, we got this. I
think it's going good so far.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So the charger wasn't, the tender wasn't charged the night before.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I do like this Ian guy, but he did something that it drives me crazy when people do it. Sandy asked Ian over the walkie, she goes, "Can I get an update on the tender?" And he replies, and I quote, "The tender is waiting to have charge to start the engine." Okay. That conveys no actual timeline or update. It's one could say it's actually useless information. It's like when I ask my wife, "Hey, what time are you going to be home?" And she goes, "Well, I'm eating yogurt with Ellie right now."
Right.
Okay, thank you so much, because now I know exactly when you guys are going to be home.
I've done that to you so many fucking times. So many times.
People, details.
Come on, people, pay attention. The usual suspects type twist of this whole thing is that the machinery of this vessel actually is in peril. I mean, usually we just throw some caution tape around something and yank it up and everybody goes about their day, and Trishelle hosts the people in Paris on time. But no, they are going to leave a $65,000 anchor in the middle of the ocean.
That's pretty crazy. They're lucky they don't got any of those pirates rolling around. They're like, "Hey, I think there's an anchor over there." They got reflective tape on a buoy, and I don't think that's a great white shark.
Yeah, and then, I've seen this trope so many times. I mean, it's the Lufthansa heist, the score is so big, but can we pull it off, right?
How do you execute?
I think pirates in a tender, I don't know if they could really do it. But who knows? Those are the ways of the sea, not for us to know about. So, God, pirates are so scary. Huh?
I know. And they don't even look like pirates anymore.
No.
They just look like regular people.
They just look like regular guys. Okay, so drunk Cyndi Lauper is none the wiser. She's sucking down Lobster Benedict, but that doesn't mean that the guests are happy because they're slowly starting to realize that they're going to be, I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours late for what they need to do.
Yeah, well, the good news, though, Dale, is that we got Kerman on the job, and she realizes that her team is going to need to distract these charter guests from the unfortunate travel issues that it may have. Because we all know that when your travel plans are thrown in a fucking dumpster, nothing puts a frown into a smile like an espresso martini. Because you'd like to be awake for the entire day while you know it's ruined.
Right. Now, Aesha, this episode, she is chaotic good, She's doing her best. She's mitigating drama as best as she can. But, and this is something that I didn't say in my thoughts and pots because of how high I am, but her stopping the smut, her squelching the flame between Ellie, Cheese, and Thing 2 is quite literally a cardinal fucking sin in this franchise, and I'm not okay with it. Okay? So, Jono asks the question, who thought Stella lost her groove? And again, I don't want to be too harsh on Jono, but so I'm glad that the Benedicts have gone well. But what about beetroot powder on milk steak? What about cold eggs and ice cream soup? So, we're starting to get back into good graces, but let's not go. There should be a fair amount of shame still.
He's forgiving himself a little too fast.
And that's what you have to do in life. You just have to move on.
Yeah. Okay, so can I do a meanwhile?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Gail's boyfriend, he's texting her. He's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, and then she responds back like, hey, I don't want to talk about anything right now. And I will just let the listeners know, in case they didn't know, when someone you're dating tells you that, they're either already having sex with someone or they plan on having sex with someone else. It's pretty much the end of the relationship.
You don't even need tea leaves. It's pretty much just all there. It's subtextual, but it's so loud.
Yes, big time.
Sandy has to let go of this anchor, and she calls into inspo and or another word. Your favorite film.
Oh, Jaws.
Jaws.
That's right.
Yes.
Put the reflective tape on so we can track the great white shark as it's hunting us.
Right, exactly.
That's an excellent movie. Didn't I drag you to that like a couple years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was, I wouldn't use the verb drag. I was excited to go. I mean, Phil night under cinema at the Hollywood Bowl is, who could have a bad time there? They're not taking your phones. It's not Bill Burr playing.
Hell no. Bill Burr can suck my dick. Guy, I'll tell the audience for Bullet Deck. This prick performed to 18,000 people, and he insisted upon everybody's cell phone being put in a bag. And I told some friends about that. They're like, well, he didn't want it to get out. Yeah, it's out. 18,000 people paid you to talk. Yeah. It's out.
Yeah.
Idiot. What a fucking dickhead.
Okay.
Fuck you. I'm sorry. Hey, Dill.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to point out a couple things. Well, first off, I want to digress. Forgive me to indulge in this because you had mentioned Kermit, and I'd forgotten in my notes, Dylan, that she didn't actually officially squash the beef.
No.
She had let us know that she was enlightened by both of them being such good liars. She doesn't know who to believe, leaving her to be a sea-rat of Lady Justice of sorts. And instead of holding a scale, she's holding a fart, which is what she does all the time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she does.
Kind of gross.
Well, everybody does it.
It's true.
So we're an hour delayed. The guests are nowhere near making their flight, which begs the question, what is with this scheduling? What are you guys doing?
Tight.
What are you guys doing with this tight a schedule? You're on a fucking boat.
True. Now, I like a tight schedule because I don't like to wait around. If it's a whole day that I have to burn to go to an airport at 5 p.m., I'd like, just get me the flight out at 9 a.m.
Couldn't agree with you more. I get into so many squabbles with my loved ones who all insist upon being, except for...
let's have brunch.
Except for my sister who, with Burbank, it's getting a little bit easier, but we used to show up to LAX at 6 o'clock in the morning for a 3 p.m. flight. I mean, just ridiculous. No, hyperbolic. But... that's why the lounges don't do anything for me. Sign up for this credit card. You get to go in this lounge. I don't want to go in the lounge. I don't want to go in the lounge.
My living room's way more comfortable.
And drink your Bigelow tea. I don't want that. But when you're on a yacht in the middle of the ocean, let's get some buffers.
Yeah, you might want to leave
between the
6
blocks.
hours.
Yeah. Because you never know. I mean, pirates.
Did they cut the anchor yet?
They dropped the anchor. And the other thing, like, I don't think these people realize that when you're jamming the schedule that tight and you have to depend on the people who are on the show below deck to get you to Paris.
It's literally a coin toss.
I mean, I would say worse than a coin toss. I mean, there's no way in hell you have more than a 33.33% chance of making that flight. So anyways, yes.
Well, a couple things about this anchor drop here,
Yeah.
which was kind of neat to see how they pulled it off and all that. And Joe lets us know when
Hey, Pat, it was neat.
it was kind of neat.
It was
right?
neat, yeah.
I kind of like the whole thing of like tying it off and then keep trying it. You know,
Yeah, it was neat.
that back in the day, you had to lose 65K, you know?
Right.
Well, Joe lets us know that when you do a thing like this and drop a chain this heavy, it could kill somebody. It could fly around or worse, knock someone's head off.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to point out, it's probably not a good idea to lean over the boat and look down at it when it drops,
Right.
which 3 of you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that a moccasin can strike a 5-ton anchor can strike as well. I mean, it can whip and bite. You know what I mean? And I'm petrified of that kind of thing. That's why I don't like tape measurers.
Oh, they can cut you. They're very dangerous.
One of the ickiest things in the world to me is a tape measure. I can't do the snapback. It makes me scream.
I've gotten cut with that damn thing.
Yeah, me too.
Dill, regarding looking over the boat as this metal thing might fly
Yes.
around and rip your goddamn
Yeah.
head off, my shop teacher, Mr. O'Malley, he was in the shit. He was in NAM. And I asked him one time, I said, how many Charlies do you take out?
Yeah.
And after he punched me on the side of the head, which he did, teachers could hit you in the 80s. It was okay.
Sure, yeah.
He told me he didn't know because he always laid in the dirt and he'd just push his head down and he'd put the gun above his head and just shoot at whatever the fuck would be out there.
Yeah.
Because, if you're really scared of your head being bludgeoned, you wouldn't, put it in the line of fire.
Yeah, my dad knew pretty much how many he took out, except for one night there was a U-shaped ambush and it was just chaos. And when you're firing into the dark like that, you really have no idea how many bodies, how many lives you're taking.
You're just watching those tracer shots.
It's just the tracers. It's just prayers and tracers. War is not only just a horrible thing, it's also a racket.
That's right. Well, anyway, honestly, Joe, I don't see what the ladies see in you.
Okay, well, whoa. All right. So Bree and Ellie, you mentioned it, but they're going better, but there's still a stew that is simmering underneath, the stews. They hate each other. Thing 2 is macking on Bree a little bit, and then Jono was going to pack everything up last episode, pack his bags, but Stella brings up architecture school, and again,
He's starting to sound like that 40-year-old dude that used to play in a band in his 20s, and he's constantly referencing it.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I opened for Marcy's Playground at the Troubadour, man.
yeah, and it's
You sell mattresses now.
I thank you so much for bringing up that exact analogy, because I get it, structure, what the fuck ever, but you're selling mattresses and you're talking about performing at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
You opened for Marcy's Playground.
They're 2 completely different things. Now, you can string together some thread between the 2 practices, but we could snip that right in half and just move on, okay? So Stella got her groove back. I'm happy, but let's not forget the horrors of the past.
Yeah, that's
including
right.
milk steaks and ice cream soup.
I think you touched on this still, but maybe we didn't dive into it enough. You had mentioned how Cheese and Joe are cozying up to one another.
Yeah.
Okay, he asked her to suck on his finger.
Oh, that's right.
Which is a subtle way of reminding her that he'll be asking for his thumb to be sucked on that's in his pants later that
We were
evening.
talking about his penis.
Yeah. Chivalry is dead with sea rats.
Oh, it's never been alive. So we have to dock. There is lots of wind, and thing 2 does not do very well. Now, before we get to that, let's take a quick break to talk about some sponsors.
Yes.
The first of which is Body Smart. I love this company.
Me too.
I really do. Just a genuine. We have a lot of sponsors that
We love them all, you know?
Yeah. I was going to say we have a lot of sponsors that I love, but I don't love. For example, I didn't love the ask your parents a question every day and then make a scrapbook about that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Because then your dad shared one of those horrific stories from Nam where that guy, his head looked like an ice scooper got to it.
Yes, and you could see the sinuses. Or really what make up the sinuses. You know what I mean? Which are sinuses. So I didn't love that one as much, but this one's
killer. Why do? Because it's so practical.
Yep, they're amazing. They help busy women lose, 30 plus who are overwhelmed, fed up with struggling to get healthy, to lose 15 to 60 pounds in under 6 months. Here's the kicker. Guaranteed.
Wow. And that seems like a reasonable timeline. Some of these, other companies, they try and overpromise and they always underdeliver, but not this company.
Yeah, no, Body Smart coaching is entirely personalized. So if you've tried any number of generic plans before, this is going to be a totally different experience. I've talked about, this is for rich people.
But it's not. It doesn't cost that much.
But it's not anymore. It's for you. But I have heard rich people talking about these fitness accountability buddies.
People that you talk to, you have a relationship with, they kind of help you understand why you're thinking, why it gets you into better habits. Oh, yeah.
Just people that hold you accountable for the best self you can possibly be. Body Smart Coaching promises to be the last weight loss program you'll ever need, as you're guided by your dedicated one-on-one coach to make healthy changes that last. Lose 30 to 60 pounds in under 6 months with no pills or gimmicks, just science-based habits and skills that will leave you feeling in control, energized, and in the best shape of your life. Visit Body Smart Fitness and mention this in your application form. Below Deck, Bad TV, to get 20% off your coaching program. That's bodysmartfitness.com. Today, we are also sponsored by Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Smoothie Cafe. Oh,
Patrick,
yes.
can you talk about the Aquaman powers that you feel are real when drinking Tropical Smoothie Cafe?
Oh my goodness, Dylan. I'll tell you what, when I cozy up to one of these smoothies and I start sipping on it, instantly it's like I got in a light speed machine and I'm on a beach in Hawaii and I'm enjoying my life just sipping away. It feels like I'm at the beach, honestly.
Yeah, who needs a all-inclusive resort with a bunch of security guards on the outside protecting you from all of the, stuff outside, right? Because those people didn't get a say, right? They were just like, we're building this and you can't come in. So it's better.
Absolutely. Or you can just go to Australia and just hang out at the beach there. I mean, a great white shark might eat you up.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, you'd be enjoying yourself while you're doing it because you're drinking a tropical smoothie.
Yeah, I mean, forget the stingrays and the jellyfish and the cobras and the spiders that are so scary out there, not to mention the kangaroos that punch and kick in the face. If you have a tropical smoothie with you, everything is forgiven. You forgive God.
We're on tropic time now.
Right. You're on tropic time now. Go to any of the 1,400 plus locations or use their app with code BADTV and do that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, our final sponsor of the evening is the very powerful Magic Mind. So, we mentioned this at the top. You feel as though you can speak the Bushido code now in its original language.
I can. I'm not comfortable sharing the language right now,
right.
But I will on the next episode.
Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this together, okay? And we're going to be kind of documenting. We're kind of experimenting on ourselves. We're going to be documenting and giving you guys live updates on the new superpowers that we tangibly get from Magic Mind.
I really feel like I'm firing on all cylinders recapping this episode, and I think that's helped do in part by drinking this magical elixir.
And what is it? It is a mental performance shot. In addition to your daily routine that gets you focused, mentally clear, motivated, and productive while reducing stress with mushrooms, nootropics, and adaptogens, plus over 100% of your daily vitamin C and D per bottle. And I said that sentence weird, but I flowed. I was in a flow state. That's why I messed it up. You know, the stuff is absolutely incredible. It's 100% safe. All the ingredients are third-party tested. It's time-released caffeine, okay? So this isn't a banana cream pie Monster Energy drink that you drink and just feel like you're on smack and then you crash later. This is sustained, clean, beautiful energy. You know who's obsessed with this stuff? My wife.
Oh, yeah?
My wife is taking, I got a pack for you too, but she said, I put one in the fridge. She's taken all of it. Wow. She said, can I have 2 of these a day? I said, you can, but don't.
Wow.
Yeah. But I didn't fly off the handle because I'm on Magic Mind.
Nice.
So they have a limited offer that you can use now that gets you up to 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase. With code BelowDeck20 at checkout, you can claim it at magicmind.com/belowdeck. This is the first sponsor that ever had faith in us.
Yeah.
It would mean the world if you helped us out. Go to Magic Mind, enter in BelowDeck20, improve your life. Let's get back to the show.
Okay.
So, where are we?
Well, I think the boat docks, bags are packed, and Joe takes forever to tie that fender line.
That's right, yeah.
And then Sandy speaks with Ian, and she wants to know who the lead deckhand is. And he's like, oh, yeah, that Joe guy. She's like, the one that looks like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing? He's like, yeah, him.
Yeah. So, Sandy is wondering a couple things upon hearing this information. She's wondering if Ian can see, if Ian can read or read the CVs, and if the man that stands before her is a clear and present danger to her and everyone on this boat.
Could get people killed.
Because this is absolutely insane that he just, by the seat of his pants, picked one, didn't tell her, and picked the wrong one whose CV was nowhere near as good as thing one's. I mean, that's wild.
I think the water slide would be more capable. That's saying a lot.
You're not a big fan of the thing, too.
Well, I'm getting to know Joe.
All right, so the guest depart. Ellie discusses the bodysuit that she will be wearing. This is triggered by Nathan asking her or telling her that he likes her lipstick. So what happened was they're all standing in line waiting for the guest to depart. Nathan begins to mac, right? He goes, I love your lipstick. She goes, thanks, turns to thing 2 and says, I'm wearing a bodysuit tonight.
Oh, nice.
Nathan, you know, it's much like the text that Gail's boyfriend, who she loved, received from her. You have to
pick up on things.
You have to understand what that means. And this goes across the board for men.
Yeah.
Men are so bad at talking to women sometimes. I got friends who are single right now. They tell me these tales of these things, and I'm like, how could you ever talk to a woman like that? How could you ever mess it up like that? You have to speak their language.
That's all that playing on those damn PlayStations and porn. You know, I don't want to sound like a dick and get in trouble for commenting on a woman's looks, Dylan. But,
okay.
So please forgive me. But the Balkan Biscuits fashion sense is a little off in my opinion. Yeah. It's somewhere between Olivia Newton-John meets Let's Get Physical, looking like the girl on the hood of that Whitesnake video in that car.
Okay,
in that car. It's 80s. The 80s were not good. Let them stay in the past.
Yeah. You know, I can't blame you for using that as a kind of reference point because she does slot into the fashion of the 80s. But for me personally, you know, Olivia Newton-John, I've seen Grease, right? And then the Whitesnake thing, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they're both dead.
Olivia Newton-John's passed.
You didn't know she was dead?
No,
that was a sad one for me.
Was it?
Yeah. Yep. First crush.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Those were always really tough.
Yeah.
You know, your first, I mean, we've spoken about it before when Maria Bello passes. I don't know. I'm going to be beside myself.
Yeah. I think you got a lot of time.
Yeah, she's a young woman. Okay. So, we get to Brittany and the guests leaving. They will be back. They had a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
You know, they were, I could have dealt with them being a little bit more demanding and mean, but overall I thought they were good.
Yeah, they were fine.
You know, so the girls are called to have a little meeting. Good tactic with Aesha. Get a drink in their hand. We don't want to be drunk, but let's get a drink in their hand.
Doesn't work in this case, though.
Turns out it would have been better if they were just blackout drunk and saying everything that they meant. So we could really purge, because this is just a burping, and it doesn't satiate anything.
I'm going to put this on the Balkan Biscuit, though. I think if the Balkan Biscuit was able to apologize, I think we could put this past us. But she pushes back and then doubles down quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks Bree's a little sensitive.
Yeah.
She thinks she's playing the victim card.
And you know what? I'm starting to think that Bree may be a little bit more Machiavellian than she lets on. Because that's how you survive in circles of reptiles that she grew up in. You know, you have to be a little bit street smart. Yes. And I think that Cheese might be quite seditious. I don't think she doesn't give a fuck about laundry. She doesn't care.
Clearly.
She's covered by a shield of incompetence.
I mean, there's the people's names are on the inside of the collar.
Are you reading the collars? No. Why? All right, so Aesha says it's important that we speak respectfully to one another. Balkan Biscuit just goes off. And we leave this meeting having solved essentially nothing. So, meanwhile, windlass gets repaired. Gail, who loves her boyfriend, gets angry text from the boyfriend that she loves, and we get to the tip meeting. Patrick.
Yes. Okay, I think it's 25 grand.
25 large.
Yeah, it's quite the haul.
It's quite the haul.
$2 grand each.
Yeah, adjusted for inflation, that's probably like 22 grand. You know.
So, hey, can I tell you, I had a dark thought. This is like, I'm not proud of this, you know.
Okay.
But if Gail's phone was around and her boyfriend was texting, I had her passcode or something like that. I was like, oh, she's busy. Her mouth's full.
Oh, Patrick.
And I go, yeah.
Damn it.
And I go, just kidding. JK. Did you ever do that with a wrong number?
No.
Hi, can I speak to John? Oh, John. Oh, John's no longer with us. Oh, he's not there? No. He's dead. Oh, my God. I love wrong numbers.
I'm so confused about how that... So you're talking about it. This is...
Yeah, someone calls you. Like,
right.
Hey, is Susan there? Oh, Susan.
Oh, so you fuck with them.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering what fucking world could we be in where you make the call?
Oh.
You know?
No. I don't get wrong numbers as much as I used to, but yeah, Susan there. Oh, she's with Larry.
Oh, yeah.
Larry? Who's Larry?
Hey, you're a fucking demon, huh?
I've grown so much.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I'd imagine at the insurance company, that's where a lot of those calls. Hi, is John there? No, he's dead. Hi, is Ethel there? No, cirrhosis.
Dead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, once cirrhosis takes hold, you don't have long.
No, you don't.
I mean, we've seen it so many times.
Yeah, just ask the lead singer of Smash Mouth.
The lead singer of Smash Mouth. Geniuses like Dylan Thomas and Townes Van Zandt and the lead singer of Smash Mouth. They all perished from their delirium tremens. Okay, so to show you how not good the relationship is between Ellie and Bree, see Ellie and Bree getting ready together. They both decide, in a sense, that it is fucking on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I miss the preference sheet meeting, or is that later in the episode?
Oh, that's the last 2 minutes of the next episode.
Okay, so Ellie's got the bodysuit on, and Bree says that she has to look out for herself. This is going to be fun until tire screeches, brakes, and Val Kilmer gets out of the car, and he just starts shooting at everybody. Okay? Aesha goes up to thing 2, and she says, I need you to keep your dick in your pants.
Oh, I think that happened at Six Dogs Night, or that restaurant, the Six Dogs restaurant. Oh, it did. Okay, so we're at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. By the way, I have to say, Gail did something that I really appreciate. She bought Nate a drink.
Oh, that's cute.
I love when girls do that.
Yeah, that's really cute.
But that's when Joe chats with Kermit, and she asks him to stay the hell away from her girls, just to kind of minimize the drama.
Right.
And then, can I do a meanwhile?
Yes, of course.
Meanwhile, Ian hits on the Balkan Biscuit, and he gets cold shoulder. Yeah. And despite that, he doesn't get the hint. And then Ellie says him talking to her was like waterboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing about Ellie. You don't need to use waterboarding as an example. You can just say...
Are you offended?
Well, no. You can just say, this was bombs being dropped in my town while I was building my Barbie doll house out of dead people's clothes.
Oh, God.
I would have rather been there.
Right.
Because she experienced that.
Right. So you're saying, why pull a horror that you've not felt?
That's right. When her horror is, it happened. So we understand her pain.
It's so funny because I thought that you were offended on behalf of the terrorists that had underwent, and not terrorists. I mean, I think that we were just fucking having a ball with everybody.
Maybe so.
You find a guy buying a chicken at a bazaar, you throw him in a fucking black site, you dump water on a towel, and that's wrong what we did out there.
Got to get him to talk, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Yeah. I think, Allie, just from now on, just lead with your real life. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for getting us out of the Middle East the way that you did.
You're welcome.
So, seeing Ian hitting on the Balkan biscuit was a painful thing. I think that we're rooting for Ian, not in this way. We're just rooting for him in general in life. Him blowing in her hair on the way back in the vans, Yeah. Okay, so I just saw the film Longlegs.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
I wanted to walk out of the movie 3 times because I was by myself and I was so scared. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
I was by myself. I had nobody to talk to. I couldn't look at anybody and go, I'm scared.
I got to see this thing.
It was so scary that I thought about leaving the theater because I couldn't handle it. Nick Cage is just way too scary as an old woman who kills people for Satan. Okay? It's just too scary.
He's having quite the resurgence. What a great role for him.
Made my bones itch, and that's exactly what Ian blowing in her hair did to me too. If this was a full feature-length movie, I might have to think about leaving the theater, okay? Because it was just very, very icky, and it's just like, you gotta get the hint. She's been walking away from you all night. Don't blow in her hair and say it's breezy in here.
All right, I'd understand if this was a 22-year-old male.
Yeah,
but he's a man of a certain age. He should understand when she doesn't want nothing to do with you. Now, you know who wants something to do with somebody?
Yeah, Joe.
Gail and Nathan are chatting.
Oh, that's right.
Gail admits to Nathan she's a quote-unquote heartbreaker, which, if you think about it, is a subtle way of saying she's a serial cheater.
Well, and he is the animus he has towards Gail's boyfriend this episode.
You don't know him, you don't know him.
But he don't know him is different than fuck that guy.
He's fuck that guy.
What the fuck, dude?
I can tell you this, Nathan. Karma will get you.
Oh, Nathan, don't tread in these waters. Don't treat complete strangers with animosity, right? Because that's an insane thing to do. But he says, I get horny just standing next to you. She says, I'm a heartbreaker. This has all the trappings of a sea rat smut affair.
It does.
Yeah.
And these never work out.
No, God, no. Thank God we have Stella the next morning to tell her, you need to break up with this loser. Okay, this isn't going anywhere. But first, we get back to the boat. Ian blows in Ellie's hair, made me want to throw up. Then Thing One and Gail have their little smoochies.
Smoochy smooch.
Smoochy smooch. Now, I don't want to get catty about this. I don't keep a ledger of these things. But you said that Gail and him were never going to hook up.
I was wrong.
But I don't know if you are yet, because hooking up with Gen Alpha and Gen Z, hooking up is spitting in each other's mouths.
That's right.
I think anal. I'm pretty sure it's
third
anal.
base is anal with these kids these days.
Right. So, you might still be right. I don't know if we're going to go all the way there. Maybe she'll go back to her boyfriend. But the thing with Gail is like the smooching and the leaning on and the I'm a heartbreaker. You might as well run the rest of the race. I mean, when he sees that, if you guys are still intact, I mean, that's cheating.
Yeah, he's not going to like that.
Okay? So, we move on.
Next morning.
To the next morning. Sodom and Gomorrah, there are wildfires everywhere, and they're ripping through the landscape. Now, Gail and Nathan are they're kind of cute the next morning. I kind of ship them. I really do. And
a relationship's its foundation is built upon cheating is it's never going to work out.
Never going to work out.
It's a crack foundation.
But is cheating on a sea rat who you're not with, who you've been with for 5 months, really cheating?
Well, the problem is in between the little smoochies and the strawberry talk, she's texting her boyfriend, "I love you."
Right, that's true. That's true.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
Okay, so we get to this anchor being reinstalled, and we talked ill of boat mechanics, boat things last episode, but I was pretty enticed by this. I was like, how the hell are they going to sew this thing back into this boat?
I loved it. It was neat.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. All right. So we get to
The
preference
sheet
meeting.
And by the way, let me just cover it for you.
Yeah.
Here's the preference sheet meeting. Primaries are Casey and Quint. That's my son's name. They want to walk around town. The end. This may be the shortest preference sheet meeting ever.
And there's still something in there that was like, so like, Sandy calls it Idra. It's Idra. I mean, who pronounces Hydar, Idra? It's Hydra. Yeah, that's one of the most badass things ever. You know, and it's a Greek thing, so maybe they just say Idra instead of Hydra. I'm not sure. You a big Marvel guy?
Not at all.
Okay, so Gail asks if anything happened last night. This is a trick.
Oh, this is chatting with Jono?
Nathan and Jono. She's kind of like walking past Nathan saying, did anything happen last night? You know what happened last night. I mean, Gail, you weren't falling over. I think, you know.
You kind of knew it was happening last night. And is this when her boyfriend sends another one of those sad texts that says he's feeling needy?
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad. I don't think we even know this dude's name.
No.
The sixth sense, in old Patty's opinion,
Yeah.
isn't seeing dead people. The sixth sense is your goddamn instincts, and people turn that off all the time.
Yeah. And that's such a better sixth sense. I mean, look at what Haley Joel Osment went through.
Yeah. Going out to get ice cream, there's a fucking dead person there with half a skull. Oh!
Yeah, it's like...
I'm at Menchie's, for God's sake. Please stop following.
It's like I'm in second grade and I've seen more brain matter than most, people in war.
No.
And also just gruesome, grotesque things of like witches hanging in old elementary schools and stuff like that.
No. Haley wanted instincts.
Yeah.
Those get you through. They really help you out. They're practical.
Yeah, it's street smarts, baby. All right, so...
Jono gives some pretty good advice. He's like,
Yes.
just tell him you want to take a break or something.
Detonate this relationship. So Bree can't do anything.
No.
She can pour orange juice and maybe make orange juice, but she definitely cannot do laundry. And it's this thing where her station is so... I don't want to be a dick, but it's so lowly regarded that she's just been able to get by doing fuck all, But now we've escalated. Now Sandy cannot find her pants. She cannot find her shirt. And you have Bree sitting there eating lunch with the rest of the sea rats saying, can everyone check their rooms for Sandy's clothes?
By the way, only one of those fancy captain shirts, huh? Should have a couple of those in the closet, I think.
Yeah, at least 3.
Just me.
Yeah. But so I don't think Bree's going to be on the chopping block.
Well, Sandy even stated that. She's like, we know the third stews in the laundry room are idiots.
Right.
We don't fire them.
Yeah. We don't fire them. So Nathan... we wrapped the episode with Sodom and Gomorrah wildfires pushing the boat out of the dock. And the wind keeping them in the dock. We've also got an asshole in a super yacht who has double parked.
That's right.
Now, of course, we'll find out next episode that everything is fine. But the last thing that happened this episode of note would be Ian just saying, I stand with thing 2. I'm gonna keep Joe my lead deckhand, which now having come as a direct order from your boss, Ian's in Looney Tunes land. I mean, this guy has, I'm sorry to say, but I mean, he's got no clue what's going on.
It's pretty stupid.
Okay.
Pretty dumb move.
Get the iTunes ratings and reviews, 5 stars, kind words. Join us at patreon.com/another podcast network for Bachelor with Rubes, for ad-free episodes, for APS, PMZ, And stay tuned to Bad TV for Bachelor and Housewives.
Thanks, dude.
And Magic Mind,
Help them out.
Get it. Go to magicmind.com. Love you guys very much.
Love you guys. Bye.